everyone, it's me, George. What the?
That's right, don't dance.
Alright, well, we'll turn that off now. I don't even know if that sounded
For the viewing audience, whether or not you heard that, I apologize for my dance moves, and that is why I don't dance.
I do dance, whether or not it's good or not is...
Well, right. I've seen myself dance. I have to apologize.
Good point. Alright, so real quick here, this is a video we're going to talk about... I'm George, that's Zach, this is Dee Runk Comics, and we are going to show off my six favorite X-Men comic books, and... You know, I mean, I don't have, like, X-Men #1 from the 60s or anything super special like that, but I've got issues that are key to me. You know what I'm saying?
They unlock the hole in his heart with the key.
I don't have a hole in my heart.
Well, that's where the key goes.
No, the key then just hits the heart.
Okay.
And I go, ow, stop poking me in the heart with that fucking key. Weirdo. Alright. Anyways, moving right along.
Yes.
After that, we will give our brief thoughts on the current state of the X-Men, and I may go on a brief diatribe on how I think they should change their the whole X-Men universe for the better.
A varying opinion on whether it's for the better or not. You can chime in afterwards. I'm actually with you on this one.
All right. Well, then, hey, let's check out these comic books. If you only care about the comic books, it's the only part you're going to care about the video. So let's check it out. Hey, Zach, help me move the screen over. All right, so here we are. I had just said that I don't have like an X-Men #1. Well, technically I do, but it's not like the valuable one. This is the one from 1991 with the Jim Lee cover art. I don't know why I didn't bring all the covers down. I only brought this one down, but you get the point. There is a ton of covers for this book, and the one that I'm showing is the gateway cover that shows all the different covers. So you've seen that book before, but it's one of my favorites. I really like that book.
Yeah.
All right. X-Men #25. Now this one I love and I hate. I loved it because it was just a good story, but I think the story was too good. And things weren't the same again for a long time after this book. After this book, spoilers, Wolverine didn't have adamantium. Professor X mind wiped Magneto, tore him up good, and it it really kind of reset the.
I'm just gonna see if. Oh yeah, okay. I was just gonna see if we couldn't get some of that holographic.
We'll get that
thing
in there.
on the camera.
We'll get that in there.
Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, but it was just almost too good, and but yeah, it.
See, I don't. I that's where I have to disagree with you. I don't think a story can be too good. Yes, it changed a lot of things, but that's what helped keep some momentum going with the X-Men universe for a bit there.
What if it changed so much that they lose all of their momentum once that story is concluded?
Well, see, then they can. There are stories that were created because of Wolverine losing his adamantium, because of Magneto being mind wiped, and the consequences, and how the X-Men perceived Xavier after he went to those lengths. But they can get back to a status quo later on. But the point is that they actually branched out. They pushed the boundaries and tried new stories.
It's over 20 years. They still haven't gotten back to that status quo.
Well,
they really haven't.
I think you're looking at it through a rosy-hued, nostalgic lens there. Because there are some stories that you won't think that today's are as good as what you had growing up.
I challenge you to a fist fight.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're gonna stop talking.
I bruise like a peach.
Good.
So you know.
That's in my favor.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll try and see if you can get that hologram.
Yeah. Oh, almost had it. Oh, there. Oh, right. Boom.
Oh,
like Gambit. From the darkness.
Yeah, Gambit coming at you hot. All right. And it's gone. Oh, look at that one.
Now this one's cool. I've never read this one or anything, but just the cover alone, I'm like, that is awesome.
It's Uncanny X-Men and the New Teen Titans. So
Yeah.
you have Robin and Cyclops on the front cover of a comic book. I think that is, you got your Star Sapphire, your Wonder Girl.
And Dark Phoenix looking particularly menacing since they really emphasized the her teeth.
She's very snarly in this
yeah.
one. And it's a wraparound cover. I'm not going to open it because it's in really good condition and I want to keep it that way. But Darkseid is in this story as well. And he's kind of tampering with the Phoenix Force, which, you know, usually doesn't work out. So.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
Oh, that's it for those. And we'll get to my slabbed books next. All right, guys, here are my 3 slabbed X-Men comic books. We got X-Men Alpha 9.8. I unboxed that live on this channel. I think that was my first episode, and I was really, really pumped about getting that one.
Really, really drunk.
But I love that. I love that
Yeah.
comic book, and I was really glad to get that back in a 9.8. So, all right. Then we got X-Men Omega with John Romita Jr. cover art, and you know what? Yeah, flip that one around too. They're both
Some
wraparound.
cool stuff on the back. Oh.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff there. And then we've got the book that I just got in the mail today, X-Men Adventures 9.8, issue number 1. This is a comic book series that is just absolutely based on the TV series, and I love the comic books. I'm trying to get them all. So, but that first one is the one that I needed to get slabbed, and now I have that. So there it is. Now you've seen it. Now you own it. All right, we are back. This is the point in the video where we're really not showing off any more books. You're just going to hear us. I don't know if we're debating or not. We really haven't rehearsed. But this is the part of the video where you're not going to see any new comic books. So if you've already gotten your comic book viewing fix, this would be a good part to hop off. Not before you liked the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below and say, hey George, I know where you can find the rest of the X-Men Adventures comic books. That's something you could say in the comments. I mean, and then I would really like you to tell me how to get them, not just tell me you know where they are.
They're on eBay. Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, they might be on eBay though.
They might be on eBay.
Let's check that out.
Yeah,
All right.
Not now.
All right. Anyways, so the next part of this video, I just made Zach power read through Uncanny X-Men, the one that came out in 2018. The first 4 issues.
Yes.
Zach, what did you think?
You know what? My opinion is probably going to be an unpopular one.
Yeah.
I actually didn't mind them. I from the get-go, I saw what they were doing. They were setting it up for something bigger. I know that like when the series started, it got really low reviews. But I honestly, I think that I also think that being able to read 4 of them like back to back helped. I think that this is a story that's going to read much better in a trade as opposed to individual issues.
Well, they are releasing 1 book a week, so you're not having to wait.
So it's not okay.
Yeah, it's not like a monthly title, which has been kind of good.
Yeah, but I mean, still, even a week in between issues, even though it really isn't that long, it's still a week in between issues as opposed to 4 issues back to back within whatever it was, a half an hour or 45 minutes that it took me to go through them.
It was an hour. Anyways.
I wanted to absorb the material. How about that?
So what did you think though? Like,
Well, I don't know about how much we want to go into like spoiler territory.
We're not going into full spoiler territory, but are they on the right track?
I think that the story is interesting. I think that it's kind of a nice flip compared to a similar type of story. Again, trying not to go into spoiler territory here. If you've read it, you kind of understand what I'm talking about. They've done a similar stories in the past. This is kind of a flip side to that kind of story.
What's a similar story? Just to say.
Like the Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean they're doing kind of a flip on that, which is really interesting, but it's still kind of following that same like This is how things are going to go down, and there's a lot of parallels between how the bad guy did it, Apocalypse, and the new good guy for this video, or for this story.
He's not a good guy in the book, though.
Well, see, that's just it, is that he sees himself as a good guy.
So does Apocalypse.
Well, Apocalypse, I don't think he really sees himself as a good guy. I think he just sees himself as essentially like nature. Like this is what needs to happen. And I'm just basically ushering nature in on its course, survival of the fittest. Where this guy, I don't know, do we want to say who it is, or? I mean, yeah. This guy is like...
It's X-Men, right?
Yeah, it's the X-Man. He sees himself as a good guy. He sees himself as like...
A messiah.
Yeah, I mean, that should be obvious just based on the front cover here.
Yeah, when you dress like that, you've started a cult.
You've got...
and,
right.
And the Branch Davidian is real.
And the thing is, that he's strong enough to actually make it happen.
Real David Koresh looking
Look
motherfucker.
minus the glasses.
Yes.
But no, he definitely has the ability to go through with his plans.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I said, I feel like I'm probably in the minority here, but I've enjoyed the story so far.
I liked issues 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2, I did not care for at all. I don't like issues that I could probably just throw away and still get the beef of the story.
Okay.
Like
I can understand that.
I could take out the first 2 episodes or the issues,
yeah,
and read 3, 4. I think it'll be a 6-issue series. I know it's going to have more than 6 issues, but first story I believe is 6 issues. And maybe I'm wrong. Comment below. Let me know. All right. But yeah, I really, those first 2 issues they could not have existed, or it could have been 1 issue. I don't like wasted time. I don't like wasted panels. I don't like wasted space. And yeah, I don't like wasted opportunities. My real thought, and you talked about this a little bit while we were checking out my comic books over there, that I can be nostalgic, and maybe I've got these rose-colored glasses, but
Cyclops.
yeah,
Cyclops.
but for me, and then we're gonna get into the next part of this video now.
Mm-hmm.
To fix the X-Men universe, like, at bare minimum, I believe that they need to bring it back to what people remember from the 90s. And it doesn't need to be the 90s stories, but it needs to be the 90s team. They need Wolverine. They need Cyclops. They need Jean Grey. They need Professor X. They need Rogue. They need Gambit. They need Storm. They need Colossus. They need Psylocke. They need Archangel. Like, why aren't these key members of the team on the team? And a couple of them are now, but not all of them.
Yeah.
And once in a while, maybe one splits off, but yeah, the team has to be recognizable. And I'm telling you guys that there are some familiar faces, but there are some that are not. And there's some that I truly, it's like swallowing poison to read their dialogue, because I don't care about the pink see-through guy. Glob. I don't care about Glob. What kind of lazy ass name was that? This is not 1960 where you came up with Blob. This is freaking 2018, and you came up with Glob.
Well, see, here's the thing, is that I disagree with you on all points, but it's I appreciate.
I still have another point, but all right.
No, so. I just basically I think that having the same team all the time is boring. There's only so many stories that can be told with the same exact people all the time.
I didn't say exact. I say you branch off.
But you're talking about bring back the old team, bring back these guys that I remember from whenever.
Yeah, bring back the X-Men.
Okay, but that's like saying bring back the Justice League when it was the Big Seven. Bring back the Avengers when it was just Captain America and Iron Man and Wasp and Ant-Man and stuff. Different characters bring a different dynamic to the team. It opens up different story possibilities. You have murder eyes going on.
I
right now.
do.
You do.
I've never disagreed with you so much in my life. Hey, in the comments below, you need to. I'm sorry.
Hashtag murder eyes.
Hashtag murder eyes. No, we're gonna make you pick a side. You're either Team George or you're Team Zach. We love you either way, though. We really do. But
I will love you more.
more love from him is not a good thing. Trust me. No, but I hear what you're saying. They do need to have some change.
Mm-hmm.
But they're at Xavier's Institute. Where the hell is Xavier? He's dead.
Right.
And, where's Cyclops?
Some of the best stories with Spider-Man in recent history were when Peter Parker was dead and Doc Ock was running around in his body. He comes back eventually. Superior Spider-Man was a good run.
Yeah.
Really good run.
You really liked it.
It was good enough to get it its own comic book.
All right, fair enough. All right, so here's my next point.
Right.
I think this is getting extreme, and I apologize.
It is getting extreme, but honestly, I agree with you on the point you made to me previously, at least.
I think that they should completely and utterly remove the X-Men from the Marvel Comics universe and have their own universe. I don't think that Spider-Man and Captain America and Iron Man and the Hulk should exist in the X-Men's universe. I think the X-Men have a good enough rogues gallery to sustain their own comic books. I don't like superpowered beings existing in a world that hates mutants, but how do you know which one is a mutant or not? How do you know Spider-Man's not a mutant? Spider-Man is not really feared and hated like like a mutant would be. And
see, that stuff that part I agree with you on. I mean, certain ones like Tony Stark, he's a tech guy. Mm-hmm. They understand him. Captain America, I expect that there was documentation and promotion essentially when he was created as the super soldier for America and everything else. So but yeah, like Spider-Man, as far as the public is concerned, within the Marvel universe, and we're talking about the comic universe, not the real world, because in the real world everybody knows Spider-Man got bit by a spider. Regular person walking around in the Marvel universe doesn't know that there was an accident that created Spider-Man. As far as they're concerned, yeah, he's a mutant as much as Wolverine or Cyclops. But yeah, these characters, it's like there's one group is hated, one group is loved. And that does, once you brought it to my attention, I was like, yeah, okay, that really doesn't make any sense.
And I think they could do a lot more in that universe. Like the X-Men are there to save the world, just as the Avengers are. And I know that they do team up all the time. Yeah. But if Thanos came down to Earth, like every time Thanos came to Earth, the X-Men would be there every time. Right. As would the Avengers, as would the Fantastic Four. Like, to me, and when Apocalypse threatens the world, where the hell are the Avengers? Where the hell are, where is S.H.I.E.L.D.? They should all be there. Like, their threats are big enough to where, if they're not all responding, then they shouldn't even exist. And I don't know. I think it'd be a cool take. I think they could take some added extra liberties. Now, don't get me wrong. I like reading a comic book that features Wolverine and Captain America. Yeah. I would miss that. Right. But I think it would give them more freedom to branch out and do different things. And I'm don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to seeing it intertwined in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah. I'm talking comics right now. I think they should split it off. There should be a couple different. You could still have the Marvel logo on it, but they just should be different universes. And they should reset the continuity to the early 90s.
All right, well, you lost me on that last point, but no, generally speaking, I agree with you.
All right, well, fill some airtime while I fill up our shot glasses.
All right, well, so he's making a couple of little drinks for us here, quick. While I
he was not ready for that.
I'm never ready to be able to talk on my own. I'm more of a bounce ideas off of people kind of thing. But
I'm still here. You can still
filling in some dead air here. You're posting this today yet?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So Once Upon a Deadpool coming out on the 12th. There are some places that are also releasing it on the 11th. I've gotten my tickets. George does not. He does not plan on seeing it. You can feel free to shame him in whatever fashion you feel is appropriate. But go see it. I mean, it's just to me, it's just going to be fun seeing Fred Savage reprising his role, albeit forcefully, from The Princess Bride. So, that said, I feel I've yammered on long enough, and it is time for a last call. Do you like how I...
No, I think you really choked there.
In the beginning, because I wasn't expecting it.
You got to be ready for anything. You just came into my house.
That's true. I apologize.
All right, hey guys, I appreciate you. If you stuck around to the end, God bless you.
Yeah, especially through that last like 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, I know. Like you're the real hero.
You deserve a drink.
So cheers to you. Cheers to the X-Men of the '90s, and cheers to you never getting your way.
Fair enough.
Ah.